So, you know how every year the World Happiness Report comes out and we all kind of hold our breath to see who snagged the number one spot? Well, this year for 2026, the story is wow. It's so much deeper and honestly way more important than just who's at the top of the list. Yeah, you heard that right. 9 years in a row. The same country has claimed the title of happiest in the world. I mean, in a world that changes so fast, that's just an incredible run. You gotta wonder what's going on over there. And the winner is, yep, it's Finland. Again, for the ninth time, the Finns are officially the happiest people on the planet. But wait, don't click away, because that's actually not the biggest headline here, not even close. What if we're all looking in the wrong direction? What if the real story, the one that should have us all talking, is very deep in the numbers? A really troubling trend that's happening in some of the wealthiest countries you can think of. And that's what we're gonna unpack. Okay, so first things first, let's get to the official scorecard. Who actually made it into the top tier of global happiness this year? All right, here it is, the top 10. You see all the familiar faces up there, right? Finland, Iceland, Denmark. The whole Nordic is basically owning the top of the list as usual. But as your eyes scan down that list, something is really, really different this time. Just look at that. Number 4, Costa Rica. This is a huge deal. I mean, it's historic. A Latin American country has never, ever cracked the top 5 before. This completely shakes up what we thought we knew about what it takes to be a happy nation. We're definitely coming back to this. Now, before we go any further, it's a fair question to ask. How do you even measure something like happiness? It feels so personal, so subjective. Well, the report's actually built on a pretty clear and scientific foundation. Let's break it down. So it all starts with this really simple but powerful idea called the Cantor ladder. Researchers basically ask people all over the world to picture a ladder. The bottom, step 0, is the worst possible life you could imagine for yourself. The top, step 10, is the absolute best possible life. Then they just ask, so which step are you on right now? And a country score is just the average of all those answers. But that number, that step on the ladder, that's just the starting point. It's the what. To get to the why, researchers dig way deeper, and they've found 6 key things that explain most of the differences between countries. How much money the country has, whether you have friends or family to rely on, how long you can expect to live a healthy life, your personal freedom, how generous people are, and how much you trust your government and businesses. Now, to make sense of all this, the researchers did something kind of clever. They created this imaginary worst-case scenario country they call dystopia. Dystopia has the lowest possible scores in all 6 of those areas. So when they look at a country like Finland, they can compare it to dystopia and see exactly how much each ingredient, like low corruption or strong social support, is boosting its happiness score. It's a really neat way to see what matters most. Okay, so this brings us to 2 totally different blueprints for creating a happy country. You've got the tried and true champion, and then you have this exciting newcomer. Let's put them side by side. First up, the Nordic model. The reason Finland and its neighbors are always at the top isn't just because they're rich. It's because of what researchers call social glue, this incredible level of trust they have in each other and in their institutions. You add things like universal healthcare, free education, and very low corruption on top of that, and you've got a system that's pretty much designed to help people thrive. But here's the twist. Being called the happiest country can create this weird kind of pressure. Some researchers even have a name for it, happychondria. Basically, if you're living in Finland and you're just having an okay day, you might feel like you're doing something wrong because, hey, your whole country is supposed to be overjoyed, right? Now, let's flip the script completely and look at Costa Rica. They took a totally different path to get to the top. Their whole approach is built on this cultural idea of pura vida, the pure life. It's all about gratitude, family, simplicity. And get this, they got rid of their army way back in 1948 and put all that money into things like healthcare and education for everyone. Their model is built on strong social bonds and protecting the environment, not just on being rich. Okay, and now for the part of the report that has everyone really concerned. Because underneath all these rankings, something huge is shifting between the generations, especially in Western countries. Just look at this. For the very first time, in wealthy countries like the US, Canada, the UK, and Australia, young people are now officially less happy than older adults. I mean, way less happy. The overall rank for these countries is basically hiding a crisis in well-being for the next generation. And to really see how stark this is, just look at the US. If you only looked at Americans over 60, they'd be one of the happiest populations in the world.
But if you only look at the young people, their happiness ranking just plummets. It's a complete reversal of what we've always seen. So the big question is, why? What is going on?
Well, the report points a very big finger at how we're using social media. Now, it's not as simple as social media is bad. Turns out, using it actively, like to message friends, learn something new, or create your own stuff, that's actually linked with being happier. The real problem is the passive use. The endless scrolling through feeds that are designed to make you compare your life to others. That's what strongly links to feeling worse. So this huge generational divide, plus the amazing rise of a country like Costa Rica, it's forcing a bigger, more important conversation. Maybe just chasing happiness isn't the right goal anymore. Maybe we need to start thinking about sustainable well-being.
And this has led some people to propose a totally new way of measuring how well a country is doing. It's called the Happy Planet Index. And it asks a really powerful question. How good is a country at creating long, happy lives for its people for every unit of planetary resources it uses? It's not just about being happy. It's about being happy without wrecking the planet for future generations.
And that idea is pushing us towards this new policy goal, a well-being economy. It's a new model where the point of government isn't just to make the economy bigger, but to actively make people and the planet healthier and happier. So that's where we land. The 2026 report is showing us that the old rules for happiness are changing. It's not just about being wealthy anymore. It's about community, trust, and finding a healthy balance with our technology and our planet. And it leaves us with this one big question to chew on. What if happiness itself isn't the ultimate goal? What if the real prize is sustainable well-being for all of us?